Weather-wise, summer definitely already upon us, so are your kids ready to swim, and should they learn to get there? For a long time now, the American Academy of Pediatrics has been against swimming lessons for kids under 4, but this is important. There have been some new studies that show early lessons may make kids less likely to drown. Kind of figure that, right? So the Academy now changing its policy after all these years. They're more open to the idea of your kids learning to swim from an early age. Lynn Neely here now from Aqua-Tots today to talk more about this. And, you know, Lynn, the rest of us kind of scratch our heads and go, well, why wouldn't you teach them from an early age? But I guess the thinking has always been a worry that parents might get a little complacent and think, oh, my kids can swim, not watch them as closely when they're in the pool, and their skills may not be up to par yet. But now they're saying, hey, any training these kids can get early on might be helpful.
You bet. It confirms the studies that we know in our 20-year-old swim school that have said any child under the age of 5 who takes any type of swim lesson will reduce their risk of drowning by 80%.
Wow.
That's why we start out at 6 months of age with a parent or a caregiver in the water for children with an instructor, and work very, very hard to help them to get used to the water on their face, on the back of their head, going under, and that it's very comfortable coming back up.
It's a big part of it, isn't it, being comfortable with it? This is some video of one of your classes that we have shot, and you all still have availabilities here in the summer for parents who would like to teach their kids.
Availability, you bet, and convenience, big time. We have 11 pools all around Austin. You can just call 336 TOTS 8687, and we'll help you sign up for morning, afternoon, or evening classes. And we can do private, semi-private, or those small group classes, which are for children to an instructor.
And I know the big thing that you all still try to get across is, even though these kids do have the skills, same message as the American Academy of Pediatrics, and that is that you still have to watch them so closely because it just takes a second.
Absolutely.
And, you know, I even witnessed this firsthand over the weekend, the holiday weekend. My kids are older, and, you know, we were out there swimming, and I was a little overconfident in their abilities, and they got a little scared, and they're hanging on to me, and I'm going under the water. So it happens so quickly, so you definitely want to make sure that you don't push them too fast, too far, and keep an eye on them.
You bet. Every age needs a water watcher, and that's why we partner with Chick-fil-A to bring the ABCs of water safety to Austin families. Always have an adult, obey the barriers, and then get your kids into classes.
Some great advice. Now, we have linked with Aqua-Tots at our website. Just look in the Austin Live section at weareaustin.com and keep a close eye on those kiddos this summer, because it just takes a second for things to turn ugly out there in the water. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.